world is dust. Ouroboros Studios.
All right, Ouroboros gamers, here again with the legendary Ricky. But today, for the first time ever, debuting my Sisters of Battle and Tempestus Scions. So I've got 2 units of Tempestus Scions, one with a plasma gun, the other with a melta gun. Sergeant over here has a chainsword bolt pistol. This one has a power sword plasma pistol. Both Taurochs have the one has an autocannon, one has a missile launcher. Got a Sisters of Battle squad inside of an immolator with the heavy flamers, and then I have a Repentia squad inside of an immolator with the Mistress. Saint Celestine is leading this charge against the formidable Eldar foe, Eldred. Got 2 exorcists as well, and the villains of the day.
First over here we have our Samhain Vanguard attachment. It's got 2 wave serpents. They're pretty much base, just shuriken cannons on top, shuriken catapult in front. Brand new wraith blades. Got the spirits here with them. Shining spears. Autarch on a bike with the Nova Lance of Samhain. That's the craft world. Got some fire dragons, and the Exarp has a flamethrower. The Howling Banshees all the same with an Exarp. 16 basic Storm Guardians.
Storm Guardians?
Trying something out here. 2 units of Rangers, Min. 2 Vols, well, a unit of 2 Volsrath support batteries with D cannons. 2 individual Warlocks, and Eldred Uthrin. He's the Warlord, and he has the Uthwi trait. Roll for command points.
Now, Ricky said Eldred, but it's actually Farseer Cabrera.
He could be. You don't know. We're mysterious. We're enigmatic.
Okay, yeah, so Warlord will be Celestine. I'm going to give her Tenacious Survivor for Warlord. How about for you, Mr. Codex?
That's so OP. You know my Phoenix Lords can't even take those Warlord traits, Chris. They took it away when they gave me a Codex.
Yeah, but you have a but you have a Codex. I only have an Index.
Can't take any of those either. They're just like, here are all these Warlord traits, and the Phoenix Lords can't have them.
Well, they're not supposed to lead. They're just elite warriors.
Sounds kind of like Celestine to me. I don't know. OP Imperium.
Who's your Warlord?
My Warlord is Eldred, and he has the Uthwi Warlord trait. It is roll a 6 at the start of each player, or roll a d6 at the start of each player turn. On a roll of a 6, you get a command point back.
What, Eldred has that?
Yes.
And your Autarch can do it too?
No, he has Path to Command. Every time a command point is spent, you roll a d6. So I will be generating many, many command points in this game.
Codex armies. I got to fight with I got multiple armies with indexes here. Actually, just kidding. Only my sisters are an index army, but these 2 units should do good.
Yes, those broke guard army.
Yeah, my 2 units of Tempestus Scions are going to win me the game. Watch as they do.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
It's going to happen.
All right, we rolled Big Guns Never Tire for the mission, which after deployment, Ricky will have 2, and I have 2 as well. I rolled a 3, he rolled a 1, so we'll come back after deployment.
Air in the atmosphere.
I can't. All right, so here is our deployment. We've got Immolator, Taurochs, Exorcist, Immolator, Exorcist, Celestine with her BFFs. And we've got Rangers, a Wave Serpent, 2 Vol's Wrath, Shining Spears, Warlock Rangers, Farseer Cabrera, and a Wave Serpent. Now, Ricky decided to make a life choice here that I think he's feeling pretty good about. He rolled a 6 to seize, and then per the Autarch, rolled a 6 and got his command point back.
Yes. So it was basically free.
How do you feel about your life choices right now?
I'm feeling pretty good about, my life choices and my army,
Is it because you have a codex now?
It is because I have codex. That upgraded path to command was completely unnecessary and probably a bit overdone, but worth it, I think. Thank you, Phil Kelly, for once again coming through for the Eldar, answering my many emails.
I'm judging you so hard right now. Because you know what? I actually could believe it. I could believe that yours is the one email he read.
You probably should, too, because, he created a craft world just for me. It's all about shining spears and re-rolling charges. Who runs punching Eldar?
You.
Exactly.
And you're terrifying at it.
Yes, and I have 16 Storm Guardians of Fury about to bear down on your OP guard over here. I think you're in trouble.
Yeah. My two units of Tempestus Scions from a codex.
Yeah, because I know they have stratagems, and I just want to take those away. And then you're just left with your OP Celestine with a Warlord trait, which Phoenix Lords don't get.
Really, right now. All right.
I'm running out of things to complain about, Chris. The strands of fate are becoming thin on the salt side of things. It's like I'm walking a tightrope. Everything is so awesome. It's like you go to a great restaurant and you're like, yeah, but the waitress didn't smile. There's nothing to complain about in the Eldar Codex. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all so good.
You heard it here, folks. From the most grounded, earthly Eldar we have in our community here in upstate New York.
You're measuring against Tommy.
We don't talk about him. If we want to know OP tournament style lists, we ask Tommy. If we want to know, hey, what's it like to have friends and play Eldar, we ask Ricky. All right, so Ricky's turn 1 movement. We'll be back to show you what he does with his psychic phase as well. This is disgusting. We are at the end of turn 1. Saint Celestine just charged in to the D cannon. I roll. I get 5 wounds. Ricky rolls. Doesn't make any saves. 6 wounds happen. And this is what Ricky just did. This disgusting Uthway Eldar cheese.
It's Eldrad. See, Eldrad and the psychic manifestation, these are psychic. Look, see the blue glow on the Witchblade matches the dice. This is why you bring Eldrad.
Well,
He's 150 points of turning chance on its head.
I can't even. All right, so Ricky just made that roll of disgustingness, of Eldar cheese, epic proportions. So Celestine, instead of getting first blood, now is locked in combat with the D cannon. Actually, I'm not truly mad about it outside of the cheese over there, because now he can't get shot. She can't get shot. Well, I mean, she could, but then he's -1 D cannon, so I still win. The Gemini failed utterly and failed the chart. The power of a codex.
In here called finger treat.
Oh, the Tauroxes and Exorcist did a pretty good amount of damage. A couple wounds off of the Wave Serpent. A lot of wounds off of that Wave Serpent. Immolator over there took a bunch of stupid wounds because I wanted to be cheeky and charge forward so that I'd be really close to the Warlock Conclave and Farseer Cabrera, a.k.a. Eldrad. But failed and took 3 wounds. So that's awesome. So now we are going into Eldar Cheese, turn 2. That's right, Ricky. Bottom of turn 3. Top of turn 3. You just felt the wrath of the Sisters of Battle, wiping out those fire dragons.
Not quite.
Whatever.
Just when you think you've beaten Eldrad.
So Ricky had a really solid turn, bottom of turn 2. He killed one of my immolators. He brought my Taurox down to 1 wound. Brought the other Taurox down to 5. The immolator down to 4. Killed Celestine and the Gemini, who came back. Thankfully, got fire dragons all the way back, or fire dragons, shining spears all the way back here. brought this exorcist down to 5. So he definitely had a solid turn. Hopefully. And Eldrad is way too OP. He needs to be a Lord of War. We need to delegate him to over 2,000 point games because Ricky is making way too many 6+ saves, 6+ this, 6+ that. It's, his whole army could be 6+ and he'd still be winning right now.
But to do that, he doesn't need to be on the table. Like, he could be over there on top of that city just watching you.
Just watch.
I feel like I should magnetize him, and just like on a day I know you're going to be here, I'm just going to stick him to the beam.
Yeah, he's levitating.
On a day you're going to be playing Tommy.
Oh, God. I piled out both my Tempestus units.
OP
got my Repentia squad out. I can't even. He's killing me. Got my Repentia squad out. So hopefully the Sisters and Tempestus are going to be able to respond in kind here. He's kind of doing a really good job of stymieing me back into the back here. Hopefully going to take out those Howling Banshees as well. They failed their charge into the Sisters, thankfully. So here we go into Sisters Tempestus, turn 3. All right, top of turn 3, very good response from the Sisters and Tempestus. Wiped out almost all the Wraith Guard. I really did not expect that, to be honest. I have an unnatural terror.
Really dangerous. Those sword women things.
Killed the Howling Banshees. That was something scary as well. Killed all the Shining Spears. Only the Autarch is left in the super backfield. Other than that, I'm just really scared about what Eldrad is going to do. Or, I'm sorry, Farseer Cabrera. I think that's the real power of what's happening. Yes. Since we all call him Farseer Cabrera, that's why he's so powerful.
Yes. It's true. It's your combined will that makes me powerful.
We're like orcs.
Yes.
We think you're so strong, therefore you are so strong.
Yes.
So yeah, bottom
to yourself.
Bottom of turn 3.
Unleash the Craft World's secret weapon.
Actually, you know what? You're winning right now. Because you got First Blood. You got that objective. That's 2. I've got 1, 2... Never mind, 3. I'm waiting 3 to 2. Until your Autarch messes everything up in the backfield. So, Eldar, Craft World Cabrera, turn 3, as well as his dead pile over there.
You forgot. You have forgotten.
This is the turn that the Black Guardians are probably going to come in and mess everything up. We have direct quotes today. Apparently, with the new Eldar Codex, Ricky's power is surging through his veins.
Yes. Yes, it's an amphetamine-like rush the Dark Eldar would be proud of.
Yeah. All right, Eldar, turn 3. All right, Ouroboros gamers.
It doesn't actually matter, but they failed the morale automatically.
9. What's their leadership?
7.
Okay, so they lose 2 automatically. What'd you roll?
Oh, actually, yeah, good point. I was just counting raw. I didn't subtract their leadership. Okay, so they're still there, a little of them.
All right.
Some storm guards.
Yeah. They're dead anyway. Like, no. All right, Ouroboros gamers. Eldar victory. This is actually a really good game. I think so. Do you think so?
Yes, it was very, very good. A lot of back and forth. A lot of interesting rules coming into play, interplaying with each other.
Codex.
Somebody was re-rolling a lot of command points with his oathing rules.
It was really funny. Both Ricky and I respectively took Warlord or an artifact that got you command points back on a 5 or 6. So we were laughing about it because we were throwing command points back and forth, and it wasn't really mattering for Ricky, unfortunately. But I finished off the game with 4 command points out of the 8. 7, and I got an extra one. I forget how. Oh, I generated based off of when you use command points.
Yes.
So this is the final shot. Ricky did a really awesome thing. He had the X-Arc back here, which made me devote, because he was really nice about it. He was like, listen, I know you're trying to kill stuff with your Exorcist, but if you don't kill the X-Arc, I get Line Breaker. And so I was like, all right, I got to shoot them. But wow. Tried to, do something cheeky here. My one wound left on my Tarox, and it survived. Definitely would have died. I only had one wound left, and I'm right in front of a D cannon. But the game ended, and so that was awesome. Ricky also used, was it Webway Strike for the Black Guardians?
It was Webway Strike. Storm Guardians came in. The Spirit Seer quickened them into closer range, and then they killed those. What are those called?
They're Repentia.
The Repentia. Those are nasty.
Yeah, they have Viscerator Blades, so they're strength 3, and then they're times 2 to the strength, so they're strength 6, which is deceptive because then they have AP minus 2. So I charged, like I said, into the Wraith Guard. I really did not expect to kill 4 of them and do as well as I did, but one Wraith Guard did make it. All the firepower, like I did a melt out of here. The Tarox fired its autocannon and heavy bolter into the Wraith Guard. It survived. What was really funny is, so we, just for this game and based off of the fun stuff that we do with like the Apocalypse game, for those that were there, Craftro Cabrera in the fun fluff got destroyed because, all the forces on there. So the adeptus ministorum put out a bounty on farseer Cabrera's head, and so we were trying to attempt to capture him, but apparently when you have a god level psyker, that's a little bit hard to do. So I look forward to just having fun and doing that and seeing if I could ever capture you. I mean farseer rather.
He's right there, sword glowing green in defiance.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of the game?
Oh, it had to be when Celestine didn't. You're not gonna like this. It had to be when Celestine didn't kill my D cannon because he made 4 out of 6 6-up Uthwi feel no pain saves.
You know what's gonna be funny? You're gonna get a kick out of this. That is my favorite moment of this game. The ridiculous nature of getting Celestine all the way up here where the second one was, basically where my Tarox is, and wounding with 4 of them, and him having to do, or wounding twice, 2 damage each, and him having to do the Ulthway saves, and getting 4 6s was amazing. Like, whose life is this? Like,
Yes.
so to all you Eldar players who are like, oh, Ulthway isn't that good, Tommy. Sorry, excuse me. Definitely play Ulthway. It was really close. I'm very happy with my first game with some Sisters and Tempestus, how well they did.
And the great thing about playing Uthway is, that 6-up feel no pain, it makes you a little bit more survivable, and no one hates you for playing Antioch.
Yeah.
Which is really, it's just a solid thing to go for when you show up to play a game, is like, is this person going to lose my number tomorrow because I brought Antioch?
And because I play Eldar.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
What's the one that is reroll 1s to hit?
Reroll 1s to Path Command?
No, there's a craft roll that does it too.
Oh, no, that's just for shuriken weapons. That's Bealtan. And if someone's using Bealtan, it's because they want to make friends, not lose them. Oh, you beat me again, buddy.
Shucks.
Yeah. That's the guy you want to invite back to your table every single time. Like you. Even though you were using Samhain and Ulthway, we
won't judge you for,
Well, it's actually
min-maxing your craft roll detachments.
Did you look in the book? It says right in Samhain's detachment that they're very close allies with Uthwi. They believe it's honorable to stay that close to the warp and punch chaos in the face with your craft roll.
Except this isn't chaos today, sir.
Well, you're not really important enough to...
Oh, you did not just do that.
You're the Imperium of Man. What is that to an elf?
I mean, you have socks older than humanity?
Well, he certainly does.
Yeah. They keep making Eldrad older and older and older. He was there when the old ones...
I just downloaded some of the audiobooks. They just
Yeah.
put the Warhammer books on audio profile. And I'm curious to see, because I heard rumors about, the one book, he actually talks about the fall like he was there.
No, he was. Because in fluff and canon right now, he's over 10,000 years old.
Well, no, but the fall was 20,000 years old.
Nope, it was 10.
I thought it was in 20K.
No, they in the Codex it's 30. It's basically what happened is Slanesh happened, and that's how the Emperor was able to do the Great Crusade, because it calmed everywhere else.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Eldrad was totally alive.
And by the way,
he was already pretty old during the fall. Though.
Eldrad was actually the reason why the Primarchs were stolen from the Emperor. That's a little known fact. Eldrad broke into the moon, into Luna's facility, and Chaos rode with him, and Chaos came out of Eldrad and took the Primarchs away.
They might have just walked through the door he made, Chris. I don't think they came out of Eldrad. Like, that just seems like it's one.
Well, he's the reason that Chaos was whatever Eldrad did on the moon, Chaos was able to finally penetrate into there and take all the Primarchs into the warp.
But can we achieve that in such a way that doesn't sound physically uncomfortable for Eldrad?
Considering he's still in the game 10,000 years later, I think he did good for himself.
He has done pretty well. He's enjoying. I like to think of it as a retirement from the Youth We Seers Council, not being exiled.
We don't talk about that. All right.
Talk about whether or not Eldrad is here or is not here.
I mean, he doesn't even care. He's such a hipster about it. I just read the Codex this morning. He's like, fine, whatever. I'll go take my seer buddies and we'll fight Chaos. You just worry about Ulthwé then. But I'll worry about Ulthwé more than you because I'm going to go punch Chaos in the head.
That's pretty much his whole thing. They're like, you're exiled, and he's like, I'm still the High Farseer of Ulthwé, and they're like, yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah. Are you going to try to make me go? No. Well, then, have a good sabbatical. That's a good way to think about it. All right. One last shot of the board. That's Ricky's dead pile.
The headless Howling
the headless Howling Banshee.
One of Chris's Tempestus shot the head off a Howling Banshee, which, when your guard, is actually remarkable for accuracy.
It is.
They don't do that.
They're so fast, too. Like, being able to shoot them while they're that fast.
Yeah.
All right, so...
they need another rule. -1 to hit when they're not in combat.
You know what? You better just stop. Just stop. Leave the store now. Banshees. You already can't overwatch them. What? Just take... what's the craft roll that's -1?
Antioch, the one that will leave you friendless.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Don't take that. We like you here, so...
Yeah.
Don't do that, Ricky.
You know...
Especially on Banshees. Like, well, I will get Steve down here, and we will bayonet you ourselves. All right, Ouroboros gamers. Have a good night.